guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and wear test on the new JACLYN Cosmetics Skin Perfecting Blurring Tint. I also have the concealer here, so I will be showing you guys how that looks on my skin, giving you guys my thoughts, but you're gonna wanna watch this, so keep watching for more. Okay, so I have here the JACLYN Cosmetics Skin Tint. I do quickly want to read a little bit about it. So this does retail for $34. I did purchase it from JACLYNcosmetics.com. It's supposed to be a blurring primer and tinted moisturizer. It's sheer coverage, delivers a natural finish that blurs texture and enhances the look of your skin for that just woke up glow. The ingredients include beta-glucan, which helps visibly improve skin tone, helps draw in moisture and hydration. It's available in 12 shades. I did pick this up in the shade medium. And this is medium with neutral yellow undertones. So I'm hoping this will do well for me. So we're gonna be putting this to the test. I already went ahead and moisturized. I used my Summer Fridays moisturizer. This is supposed to be a primer and tinted moisturizer, so I don't know if I should, or we're just gonna use it like this. It claims to be a primer and a tint, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go with it. The consistency of this does feel creamy. It doesn't feel lightweight or like it's gonna be light coverage. Like, look, the pigment is there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this on my face and just kind of see how this does. It feels very, very creamy. It feels like moisturizer. So you guys know the drill. Do one side with a sponge and the other side with a brush. So let me bring you guys in closer so that we can really see how this looks. I'm really curious to see how this is gonna do, just because I've seen like thumbnails. That's all I've seen of this product, and they don't look the most positive, It looks like there may be some issues with this, but that's why I'm gonna be putting it to the test for you guys. Like, once you apply it, it doesn't feel like a skin tint. It kind of does feel like a foundation. You guys can see that. The color is also pretty good right now. I don't think this would be my summer shade though. This sheer coverage, I don't think this is sheer coverage. Which like I said, I don't mind, because for me, I like more coverage just because I have things I need to cover. So I like this coverage. I feel like at first, when I first applied it, did look kind of matte. Now it's starting to pick up some radiance, which I appreciate. But let's see. It applies well with a sponge. I would say that if you're trying this and you have dry skin, I would make sure and hydrate really well. Just so that everything else lays really nicely on top. For me, hydration is always key, so I'm always trying to stay as hydrated as I can. But it's not bad. So very first impressions, I'm actually really impressed with how it looks. I think it looks really pretty. I like the fact that it did a really good job of covering. It says here that it is sheer, but to me, this isn't sheer. And you guys can see, because I have a lot of redness, and this looks really nice and smooth. It looks even. It does, now that it's kind of setting into the skin, it does have a little bit of that like radiance from within, that just really pretty finish. I am gonna go ahead and build up just a pinch bit more right here, just to kind of see how it builds up, just because it doesn't feel as like liquidy as you'd think. Like, it's a creamy consistency, so I want to see how that creamy consistency builds up. Just in that area. I don't know how to describe this texture, because it feels very creamy when you like first touch it and apply it onto the skin, but once you start to blend it, it kind of feels like it sets into like this moussey consistency. You guys can see the difference between both sides, and we're gonna see how this does with a brush. Now that I'm applying it, this definitely does feel like something that JACLYN would wear, because I feel like, yes, you can make it look a little bit more natural, but like you can build it up to like that fuller coverage that I personally always see her rock. It's applying really well with both the brush and the sponge. I was actually really surprised that it applied so nicely with the sponge, just because I know for me personally, whenever I use a sheer product, whether it's a skin tint or a foundation, sometimes the sponge will soak up too much of that product, but I think that the sponge did a really beautiful job. I'm surprised they didn't come out with like a complexion brush or complexion sponge, just because I feel like that's something that I could see them coming out with when they come out with a complexion product. Also, I feel like with 12 shades, they could have done a little bit more. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. Definitely looks nice and hydrated. Very hydrated on this side. But it does set in a pretty like skin-like finish, I would say. So that's very pretty. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm quickly gonna go in with concealer and see how this does. I'm gonna be using the concealer in the shade Light Yellow. I like a brightening shade, which is why I decided to go in with this color. This does retail for $26, so it's not the cheapest. And this is a lightweight buildable concealer, so fresh you'll look well rested. It's called the Faux Filler Perfecting Concealer. It offers medium to full coverage and a matte finish while visibly brightening and blurring for a finish that's fresh and flawless. This does come in 35 shades. Okay, so it said right there that this is a matte formula, which kind of scares me just because I have been suffering from very dry under eyes. Like all my face will be oily, but then my under eyes will be very dry. So let's just try it out. So I'm not gonna use too much. I'm gonna use a little bit just because I feel like the more you go in with product and the more dry eyes you have, the more it'll get just stuck underneath and not look pretty. So I'm gonna be taking my sponge and just blending that out. Let's see how this does. Okay, I think this is what people were talking about. The concealer, what in the world? Okay, that is not it. That is not it. This is the issue with concealers for me, is that like this is happening in real time, y'all. Like I'm not, like you can't make this up. What in the world? Okay, I think this may have been what people were talking about, because the skin tint applied beautifully, but this is not it. The thing with concealers, especially nowadays, and especially for a lot of people, I feel like concealers, they have to be hydrating because A, the under eye area is very fragile. It's like the thinnest layer on the face, so you really want to put lightweight products on top. Second of all, people worry about their like fine lines and like creasing and all that. The thicker something is, the more issues it'll have. So this right here is just like, it's a lot. It is a lot. So now I'm gonna have to remove that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in with the skin tint. Okay, so I ended up removing this entire side just because the skin tint wasn't building up nicely on top of what I already had. And it could have been the fact that I didn't let it sit enough time, like the skin, to dry down. So I'm gonna just let it dry down and then I'm gonna reapply it. And then I'll come back and give you guys just final thoughts before I finish off the rest of my makeup. But overall, I have to say, for me personally, this under eye did not work. So I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think it's worth your $26. So yeah, that's it. Okay guys, so I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup and I ended up doing very light makeup today. I actually was getting a little frustrated because this wasn't applying the best once I removed the concealer. So I just had to remove this entire cheek side and then go back in with the product, and it applied fine once I did that. I don't know, I just feel like this product has a little bit of a hard time like building up. If you do want to build it up to like more full coverage, I would definitely say this is the product for like everyday natural no makeup look. It definitely gives you very pretty results like once you kind of like learn how to work with it or how it works with your skin. I ended up deciding not going in with any concealer on my under eyes. Like I said, my under eyes have been more on the dry side, and I didn't want to like add too much. So, and with that bad experience with the concealer, I was like, no. So I just went ahead and added a little bit more of this product on the under eye just so that I could kind of have some coverage. I'm glad I don't have too many issues on the under eye because I feel like it makes it easier for me to not have to put on too much product. If I had just tried this and not the concealer, I probably would be like, oh my god, this is really good. Like, I was looking at it in natural light, and I do like how it just gives me a very pretty, healthy, everyday complexion product. So I'm gonna show you guys how this looks in natural lighting. Right now it is 9:39 a.m. I'm gonna wear this for the entire day. I'll come back at the end of the day, let you guys know how this wore for the whole day. and then we can talk about whether it's worth your $34 or not. Okay guys, so I am here with natural lighting. I just wanted to show you guys what this looked like. You guys can see it looks very pretty, very healthy. And I'm actually happy that I decided to not really apply any concealer on the under eye. I just kind of went with any leftover foundation to kind of like fill any of those areas. As you guys can see, I just naturally have creasy under eyes, so there is a little bit of creasing, but I didn't want to go in with powder or anything. So I actually, one thing I will say is I did not powder the face. This is all just the skin tint. So this is what it looks like in natural lighting with just the skin tint. I feel like the shade is also matching me really well once in natural light. So I definitely do like that, but you guys can see like it looks really nice and healthy. I think for every day, this is very pretty. I will carry on with the rest of my day and see what happens from here. So keep watching. Okay guys, so I am back right now. It is 6 p.m. and I'm ready to give you guys my final thoughts on the JACLYN Cosmetics Skin Tint. So this is what we are looking like after a long day of wearing this product. You guys can see that I am dewy in certain parts of the face, especially around the nose, but everywhere else it actually looks pretty good. One thing I will say is that it does kind of like transfer a little bit, but because it's like such a like light skin tint where it gives you very skin-like results, it almost kind of blends in with your natural skin, which is definitely a nice thing. So I think honestly, overall, I feel like it's been like a roller coaster with this product. It started off really good. I really liked it. Then I had that issue with the concealer. And then I had to just remove one whole side because of the concealer because the product just wasn't building up nicely. I feel like this product, if you are looking for a skin tint, you have perhaps like dry to normal, maybe combination skin, I think you will enjoy this. I just feel like the consistency starts off being kind of like a soft matte and then it just kind of turns into like glowy looking. So it just kind of goes through like different waves. And I honestly thought like for a good amount of the day, it looked pretty. Like I didn't have any issues with it. It gave me a very skin-like finish. When I was looking at it, especially in the natural lighting clip, I felt like it became one with my skin, looked really pretty. But I feel like for $34, it's like a little too much. Maybe if this was like $10 to $15, I could be like, okay, like, you know, like it's not the most expensive product, so I'm not expecting that much. And so those are pretty much my thoughts. I want to know if you guys have purchased the new JACLYN Cosmetics Skin Tint. I would say for me, would I repurchase this? Probably not, just because I know that I can find things that I personally would like better at the drugstore. For example, I really love the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's one of my favorites. I like to use that for like light makeup days to like my full coverage makeup days. Also the Neutrogena CC Cream, you guys know that's like one of my holy grails. If you're looking for skin tint products, those are phenomenal and they're super cheap. As opposed to spending $30+ on skin tints, I don't really see myself doing that unless they're like absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, that's what I think. Not bad, but not like, oh my god, I'm completely obsessed. Those are my thoughts. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's me know to continue doing my reviews and wear tests here on YouTube. I hope you guys had a fabulous day, and don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. And I'll see you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.